Hey, ladies, I see y'all on. I love it when there's already a chat going on when I dive in. It's awesome to see y'all in here chit-chatting with each other. All right, we are streaming live in multiple places, so excuse me while I make sure everything is working everywhere. Okay, let's see. It looks like YouTube is on. I see the comments from YouTube, so that is great. Now we got to go live on IG. All right, 3, 2, 1. And we are live on YouTube, on Instagram. Hello, hello, everybody. I guess I can't just say ladies because it's very possible we might have some men on here as well, but I see all my ladies, so you know I say ladies all the time. We're just going to talk to the ladies, and hey, if there's some guys on too, what up to the guys too. All right, so if you're here, hopefully you know what we're here to talk about. If not, we are here to talk about the Prep for Summer program, the brand new Keto Bikini Academy program that is starting on March 3rd. So under 2 weeks until we officially begin. And I've gotten some questions from y'all. So that's what this video is all about today. It is a Q&A. If you're on live and you have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat and I will answer the questions as they come up. Or if I'm in the middle of answering another question, I'll just hang on to that question and I will get to it. So do not worry. Feel free to ask anything you want to know about the program. That's what this time is for. So I'm going to start out with some basic information about what the program is. And then I'll get into some of the frequently asked questions that I already got. And then if there are any new questions, we'll answer those as well. So let's dive right in. Okay, so first and foremost, the Prep for Summer program. What is it? It is a program of the Keto Bikini Academy. For those who have been following me for a while, for a very long time, for many years, all I did was one-on-one private coaching. And for those of you who work with me or have worked with me in the past, you know that's quite a financial investment. And it is quite a commitment to work one-on-one with a coach. It is a whole different level of responsibility, accountability, commitment, investment of time and money. So many years ago, 2020, I did my first group program, and this was the Summer Shred, which was a challenge type program, 6 weeks short kind of thing. We brought that back last year in 2023. It was another short challenge, 6-week challenge, maybe 8 weeks. We extended it a little bit. And then this past fall, I did what I really have been wanting to do for a very long time, and it was a longer 3-month program aimed at building muscle, the thing that most women neglect for our entire lives for way too long, while we chase fat loss and we chase weight loss at any cost. So the build program, the KBB build program, was the first time I did a longer form group coaching program. It was everything that essentially I do with private clients, but in a group setting. And that particular program was a 3-month program through October, starting beginning of October through December, that was focused on muscle building as the priority. We did a lot of reverse dieting in that program. We did a lot of finding your maintenance calories, pushing your calories higher, working on restoring your metabolism, all the kinds of things that competitors do in the off season, which is not really an off season. It is an improvement season, or what we call a building season. And so that was a building program. Now, that's not to say that what we don't focus on all year long in all of our programs as athletes is building, because we are always focused on building, maintaining, preserving muscle. So whether we're in a fat loss phase or a building, or as a lot of the time they call it in bodybuilding, bulking, but we don't like bulking, right, ladies? Because we don't want to get bulky. So we did a build. It was a build without bulking program. So I bring that up because at about midway through that program, I decided I don't want to let these ladies go. I love them. We established such an incredible community that it was time for a membership to be born. And that's what the Keto Bikini Academy is. So the Keto Bikini Academy is a membership-based, subscription-based program that is group coaching. So it was based off of this group program that I did, but without a start and an end date, because I always have ladies coming in saying, oh no, I missed the start date. It's too late now. I'm not going to be able to be a part of it. And so we created the Academy. So you could essentially join any month, anytime, and dive right in with the other ladies. Now, we have now had the Academy open since the beginning of the year, so almost 2 months. And this year, every program that we run will be run inside the Academy. So they will be KBA programs, Keto Bikini Academy programs. So if you are in the Academy, and this is the reason I'm explaining all this is because the first question I get is, if you're in the Academy, do you get the program, or does the program, is that an additional cost? It is not an additional cost for anyone inside the Academy. If you already have an Academy membership, whether it's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, as long as you have that membership, if we start a program, you will automatically be included in the program. So I anticipate 3-ish programs this year. This program that we're getting ready to start, the Prep for Summer, I anticipate doing another summer shred later on in the summer, and then a build again in the fall. If you stay in the Academy, you will get all of those. That's the point of the membership. And if you are joining the program, you are joining the Academy. So just wanted to clear that up in case anybody's wondering, if I join the program, do I still need to join the Academy? No. If I'm in the Academy, do I still need to join the program? No, it's all included, one and the same. Okay, hopefully that clears up some of that. Okay, so what is this Academy program, the Prep for Summer program, all about? So essentially, it is teaching how a competitor preps for a stage, but 100% of the women in the Academy have never done a prep, do not want to get on stage. Some of them have have thoughts of getting on stage in the next few years, or maybe one day, but the majority of my Academy members are not current competitors, current athletes, okay, maybe aspiring. Only 2 ladies that I'm working with now have ever done a prep, and they did a prep with me. One that resulted in stage and another that resulted in a photo shoot. So I think another big question and maybe misconception that I get is that I only work with competitors, or that you have to be at an athlete level to work with me, and that is not true. 99% of my clients, private and Academy members, are not competitors, don't want to be competitors, don't even have aspirations. Some don't even have aspirations of ever wearing a bikini on the beach. So it is not a competitor-only program. The point of Prep for Summer is that we all want to look and feel our best in the summer, because the summer is when we wear shorts, we wear sundresses, we hopefully, if we're confident, we feel good enough in our bodies, we wear a swimsuit to the beach or the pool or on vacation with our families. And so that's what Prep for Summer is all about. My ultimate goal is to write a book. Eventually that will happen. All about the things that I teach inside the Academy, the things I teach with my private clients, and how I work with women to get incredible body transformation like a competitor. So I've basically taken everything that I've learned as a professional bodybuilder, bikini competitor, fitness model, and I paired that with my passion and my lifestyle, which is low carb. And I don't see much out there at all. I don't see anything out there from women on how to do this, how to pair the low carb lifestyle with a competitive physique sport type of approach. Because a lot of the time, those two things do not coincide. Most bodybuilders are on a high carb, low fat diet that is killing their hormones. A lot of these women have a hard time conceiving later in life because competitors tend to be younger, although, hello, 41 years old, pro. So you don't have to be young doing it. We'll get in a moment to the who is this for. So ultimately, I'm doing this Q&A so that you can decide whether or not this program is right for you. So we'll get into a little bit of the profile of an Academy member or a program member, who these women are. Does that look like you? Does that sound like you? And then you can decide whether or not you see yourself in this community. I know my ladies will brag on the community and tell you it's the best place to be because it truly is like a sisterhood. But I digress. Okay, so prep for summer is about prepping for life. It's about prepping for the beach. It's about prepping for that special event. It's about prepping for whatever's next for you. And we talk all the time in the Academy about what's next for you. What are you thinking about for the next 90 days, right? 3 months at a time. And this is why I like the program structure, because it's 3 months is kind of like most of my private clients work with me. It's a requirement that they work with me for 6 months at the start. So 3 months would be that halfway mark of us working together. And it's usually when we start to really see the transformation taking place. Those first few weeks, that first month, there's a lot of, I don't see it week to week, right? So 3 months is kind of like the tip of the iceberg of you can really start to make changes, make things happen. And then another 3 months and you can be a whole new person. So I had to throw this comment up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube from my girl Juju, #CoachNat makes your clothes fall off. Guilty as charged. Okay. Wait, I love this one too. It's the sisterhood of the shrinking clothes. Or really, I guess it's the clothes are expanding because you're shrinking, right? I love that. Okay. So other basics about the program, what the program actually is, right? So the biggest thing about this program, and we'll get into it in a little bit in the Q&A, what makes this program different is that it's not just about getting a workout and a meal plan, because that's not what I'm about. It is about the mindset, first and foremost. We're going to talk a lot, especially at the beginning, about prepping for the prep, how a competitor looks at a prep differently than a lifestyle client, or what coaches and trainers call lifestyle clients. This is the average woman that'll come to a trainer or a coach and wants to lose some weight, right? That's a lifestyle client. A competitor, a prep client, is an athlete who is engaging in a prep with a date at the end of it to get on stage. So the difference in how lifestyle clients look at a fat loss journey and competitors look at a prep. So the biggest piece of this program is essentially, you can think of it like an educational course. There will be lessons every week. The first couple of weeks, it'll be lessons, maybe even every day. So if you've ever seen any of my master classes, think about those master classes, but drop in for you on a consistent basis inside a private community. So there will be a lot of education around turning on and putting on that athlete mentality, that athlete identity. Okay, so we are going to be teaching you how to think like an athlete, show up like an athlete, transform like an athlete, and keep your results for life, just like elite athletes do. Because top-level competitors do not allow ourselves to go off the rails or to gain the weight back in the off season in an unhealthy way. We are purposely putting on weight, muscle in the off season to improve, but there is no real on and off season for us. It is a lifestyle, and then we just dial it in when we really want to get show level results. So let's dive into the Q&As. And if you want to check out all the information about the program in more detail, the website, it's my personal website, nataliejgrasso.com/prep-for-summer. And you can find that in my Instagram. I will put it in the description of the YouTube video when the live is finished. It is also inside my Facebook group. And if you're not yet in my Facebook group, it is a great place to begin getting the education that my ladies have gotten and being a part of the community and the tribe there. Many of the ladies who've been through other programs of mine or have graduated from one-on-one coaching are in that community, and many, many women who are kind of on the outskirts thinking about diving in. So that community, if you're not in there yet, it is called Keto Bikini Secrets on Facebook. And that link is also in my Instagram bio, and it'll be also in the YouTube description. So you can check it out there as well. All right, so real quick, I'm just going to run down kind of the things that you can expect in the program. But this stuff is not the true value of the program, right? This stuff is the features of the program. You get to choose a diet plan. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, a little bit more detail about the diet. But if you're not ready for keto, if you're afraid of keto, I'm not going to force you to go keto. This is not a cookie cutter diet. You're not going to get, here's the diet everybody's going to follow in this program. You get to choose your diet. Within the low carb space, we have everything from low carb, keto, ketovore to carnivore. Anywhere in that, we meet you where you are. You'll get personalized custom macros, and we'll be teaching you about how to adjust those macros as we go. You're also going to get the coaches, myself and Coach Mary Grace. We will be reviewing your macros once a month in the program and telling you what we think you should do with your macros. So you'll get that initial macros, you'll get adjustments, and we'll be teaching you every single week how to assess your progress and make changes if necessary. Basically, it's all about empowering you to be, what I always say, the CEO of your body. So you also get to choose your training plan based on your level. We will have 3 levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So you're not going to be stuck in a plan that's not right for you. And we are real people. This is not an algorithm. It's not an app doing all the work. We are real people behind the scenes. So if you're in the wrong program and you don't feel like it's the right level for you, all you have to do is let us know, and we will put you in the program that's right for you. So nothing happens automatically. There is an intake form you will fill out to give us information about where you're starting from, and we will be the coaches making the decisions of where we're going to put you personally, okay? It's not some big company with some algorithm doing the work. All right. Other things, there is an app where we do all of our communication and where you can do all of your progress tracking and all of your nutrition tracking. You can sync it to your wearables. You can sync it to your favorite nutrition app. We have 2 favorites. We will tell you what we would like for you to use. And you'll be doing weekly check-ins in there. You'll have forums in there with all of the ladies to share questions about food, share your meals, share recipes. We highly encourage you to post videos of your training so we can give you feedback. So it's just like having a personal trainer. There will be all the lessons involved, all inside of our knowledge vaults, which are essentially educational libraries where we house all of our resources inside the app. So it is all within an app, but it is not an app-based program. It is a real person coach-led program, okay? It's really important to make that distinction these days because there's a lot of just plug and play apps that just will spit something out for you, and that's very different than having coaches. There's a few bonuses I'm throwing into this one. And the biggest one that I get asked about all the time is posing. Not just posing for stage, but how do I pose in pictures? How do I pose for everyday life? How do I stand so that I stand in a way that my body looks flattering? And I don't have to worry about somebody taking a picture of me and oops, I look terrible because I wasn't thinking about my stomach hanging out and things of that nature. So Yep. But wait, there's more. And a couple of things that my Academy ladies already have access to that you will get access to as well, that are newer bonuses, supplementation protocols, and discounts on high quality brands. I do have my own online supplement dispensary. Up until now, I have not created protocols in there yet. My current members and Academy members have access to that dispensary, so they can get discounts on really reputable brands, but I don't yet have protocols. So that is something I will be rolling out for this program. And then workout collections. So this is something the Academy members have access to now, but they are being built out to give a lot more of these. So what I mean by workout collections, specialized workouts organized into collections to help you improve your skills in particular areas. So mobility, flexibility, correcting movement imbalances, barbell training, things like that. So you'll be able to dive in there. And if there's something you specifically want to work on, even if it's not included in our training plan, you'll be able to grab a workout that you can add or do on your own or do on your separate time. All right, now, that being said, that's the basics of the program. Let's get into some of the FAQs. And once again, anybody joining a little bit later, feel free to drop your questions in the comments, and I will answer those here as well. All right, so first question, who is this program for? All right, there's really only two requirements. Not even requirements, two characteristics, let's say. Women who are sick of mediocre results on a low-carb journey. You've done keto, carnivore, low carb, somewhere in there, and you're like, man, this was supposed to be magic, and I'm not getting the magic. I can't tell you how many ladies came to me after 5+ years of being on their low-carb journey, and they got better results in the first few weeks of being in the Academy than they did in years of following influencers and YouTubers and reading books and doing what all the gurus tell them online. So if you're sick of the mediocre results on your low carb journey and you want to change your shape, not just your size, you don't just want to be smaller with a whole bunch of hanging fat and hanging skin. You want to be toned. You want to get that chiseled, sculpt look that fitness competitors and models have. There's a way that you have to do that. And keto alone is not going to get that for you. So that's number one. Number two, women who don't just want to be given a meal plan to follow, but who actually want to learn how to do it for themselves so they can keep the results for life. So if you just want a meal plan, you can go get a free meal plan online. There's a million places to go for that. That's not what we do here, okay? Now, there's only, do y'all see this? He's army crawling, trying to get past. You know I had to put you on blast, babe.
I didn't want to interrupt your thing. I didn't know how official this was going to be.
It's official. It'll be all out there on the interwebs, but that's okay. You can army crawl through. They always appreciate it. Say hi.
Oh, they could see me because that goes down. They totally saw
you. Say hi to Coach Bronson. Okay, so there is only one. I love it. Natalie's on Instagram. What up, girl? She appreciated that. All right. The only prerequisite is committing that you are ready to commit to show up. What does that mean? A lot of the time, there is a misconception that if I join a program, I have to be ready to be perfect on day one. And if I can't be perfect, I can't nail all the macros, all of the tracking, all of the training, all of the lessons, the check-ins, all the things. I have to be able to check all the boxes on day one. And if I can't, then I'm not ready for this program. The truth is, you're never going to be ready. If you're waiting to be ready, you'll be waiting to be ready, to be ready, to be ready. It ain't never going to happen. So the commitment to showing up is not a commitment to being perfect. As if you've been around here for a little while and you participated in the Grace and Grind Challenge, you understand. We don't show up perfect. We show up with grace within the grind. So all I ask, just like with the Academy and just like with private clients, is that you don't hide from us. You're just ready to come in and show up and be accountable for what you did and what you didn't do. Because what we are not, we're not here just to be your cheerleaders. You can get that somewhere else, but coaches are here to guide and support and lead you to the right way for you. We can't do that if you're only showing up when you're doing well, okay? So the ladies here, we show up, whether we're doing well or whether we totally went off the rails last week. Yes. Lots of up and coming CEOs. Exactly. Oh, Deb hit the nail on the head. Own your ish. That's what we say. Own it. Okay. So if you're ready to show up, let me tell you a little bit about the profile of an Academy member. And these are the ladies that are going to be in the program with you. Okay. You may be surprised by some of these. First and foremost, women ages 40s to 70s. You heard that right. Probably the majority of the women in the Academy right now are in their 50s and 60s. We got a 40s club. We may not even have any 30s left. I think in the build we had one 39-year-old, and she's probably 40 by now. So 40s, 50s, 60s, this is your club, ladies. This is the place to be. And I have worked with women in their 70s as well. So we have everyone from moms with toddlers to moms with teens and tweens. Oh boy, do I know those struggles. I now know those intimately, although I've never had my own children. To empty nesters, to retirees, and everything in between. Okay? We have skinny fat ladies who are working to put on some muscle and get some shape. We have ladies who have lost over 100 pounds and are still going, still have weight to lose, still have body fat to lose. We have ladies who are lean and athletic, and they're working on their next level. They actually do want to get on a stage one day. We've got women who are just striving to wear a two-piece to the beach for the first time in years. We have women who have never lifted a weight in their life. Literally never done it. All the way up to seasoned lifters, advanced lifters who've been doing that for years, and everything in between. We have binge eaters to pure, strict carnivores and everything in between. Brand new to low carb, higher carb, but gluten-free, because we meet you where you are. Not everybody has to be on the same diet. Okay? That's right, Tona, you're never too old. We are all about aging well. And how do we do that? Putting muscle on, ladies. All right. So the truth is, whatever your excuses for why it's for them and not for you, that's BS. These are regular women who were fed up with poor results and wanted to learn from a pro what it takes to get real results. So how is the program different from other programs? Okay. The biggest thing, as I said, you get more than a workout plan and a diet to follow. You get an education from a world-class personal trainer, I'll toot my own horn, nutritionist, health coach, and life coach, and our amazing Coach Mary Grace, who has a lot of those accolades herself, alongside a community of like-minded women on a mission to transform their bodies and their minds in a healthy way. Like I said, it's not about tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. It's about learning. Oh, great question. Any diabetics? Absolutely. And former diabetics, because they are no longer diabetic because of this lifestyle. Ladies in the comments, raise your hand if that's you. If you have overcome diabetes or prediabetes, heart disease, oh my gosh, so many of the things, so many of the comorbidities, and so much more than that. A lot of the ladies in here have some sort of autoimmune condition, many different autoimmune conditions, IBS, all of these things, and many don't have these anymore because it literally can reverse these things. It's incredible for diabetes. Absolutely. Matter of fact, if you have diabetes, I want you in the program. I want you in the program yesterday. All right. As well as lipedema. So I've heard that before, that was something they thought they couldn't do it because of lipedema. So if you have lipedema, if you have lymphedema, you can still do this. The only thing stopping you is you. Oh yeah. Here we go. We got the hands coming up. Becky says blood pressure is normal now. Bliss has her hands raised. Upstate keto girl, hand raised. Yep. Bliss, Benjamin Buttons. I love it. Aging backwards. That's right. Yep. Lipedema and regular edema. Yep. All of these things and more. All right. So here's the thing. If you show up in this program prepared to learn the concepts, do the work, dig deep. Y'all know I'm a woo-woo girl at heart. I got to do the hearts for you. So we got to do some digging deep. To better understand yourself, you will walk away from this prep program a healthier, happier, stronger, more confident version of you. And you'll be able to maintain it because we're teaching you how to make this your lifestyle, not just do a challenge for 30 days and then go back to what you were doing before. Here's a quote literally from today's feedback video that I did for the check-ins this week. One of the ladies in the check-ins this week said, the mindset awareness things are what keep me in the membership more than the training or the food. A big piece of why people don't see the value in coaches, because there's usually a high ticket price tag to get in with a human coach, is that they're thinking about it like it's a diet and a workout plan. But the truth is the mindset shift, the behavior change, that's what this is really all about. Because I can give you a plan all day, but if you're not going to follow it, what's the point? We've got to attack the things that are getting in your way. And that's what we focus on in the program. All right, so here's a taste of what sets it apart from different programs. First of all, this is definitely not a typical keto program. My ladies can tell you. They get some wake-up calls working with me because, like I said, I take the top strategies used by bikini models and fitness competitors, and then I combine them with a low-carb, animal-based approach to create body transformation, because that is what I'm an expert at, how to change the shape of your body. So it's not BS. It's not chug the butter. It's not do a sardine fast. You're not going to get any of these crazy off the wall, ridiculous things that you see out there in the keto space. You're going to get real, what works. Bubbles, I love it. We are antithetic. Yes. Okay, so you're going to get expert guidance in this program from a professional bikini bodybuilder. No cookie cutter plans, no arbitrary calorie and macro targets. I don't just use a calculator to determine how I set your macros. I look at the whole person, everything you put in your intake form, everything I know about you to this point to set macros that are right for you. And then, as I mentioned, we will be adjusting, teaching you how to adjust your own macros. You will actually have the ability to change your own macro targets. That is not something I see any other coaches anywhere else doing. They don't give you that autonomy, because my goal is to educate you so that you feel confident making those decisions for yourself. And you have all the support and the guidance along the way. So if you're thinking about making changes and you don't know if it's right, you come to us and we'll tell you what we think. Okay, let's see. The next piece, support, accountability, and access to your coaches. So we will be with you every step of the way. We do weekly live group Zoom calls inside of our private forums. Zoom calls every week. The private forums We have multiple private forums, as I mentioned, a training forum, food forum, and a general chat forum where you can post anytime. One of us, you could tag myself or Mary Grace inside the Academy. We will answer your questions. But a lot of these ladies are veterans by now, and they can jump in and also give you advice from what they know because they've learned it from us over time. And then I got to say the best thing about it is the tribe. It is truly the best community. It is like no other. It is a safe space for you to share, lean on each other, connect on a personal level, and have fun. We started the hula hoop thing recently, and now it's taken on, and now inside the Facebook group, it's spread over there, hula hoops, skip it's, all the fun old things we used to do as kids. So this community, it's private, it's hosted off of Facebook inside our app. You don't even have to have a Facebook account to participate in it. And you can communicate with your Academy sisters in a supportive, non-judgmental container. Okay, these ladies will tell you for sure, and Mary Grace just popped in, yep, judgment-free zone. You will see vulnerability like you've never seen it before. You will get to know these women on a personal level, and you'll feel more and more comfortable putting yourself out there. And that's the most important thing when we're on this journey. You have to feel like you can trust your coach and like you can trust the women who are in the program with you. It's not competitive. It's not, I decided not to make it a challenge because I do not want any thought of striving for a prize at the end of it. You are the prize and your results are the prize. So this is not a competitive type of a thing. And most importantly, knowledge and empowerment is the biggest piece. My motto is teach a woman to fish. This philosophy means we don't give you a plan. We teach you how and why to do this so you can own your journey. Ultimately, think about the prep as an educational course, personal training, nutrition coaching, behavior change coaching, accountability, and community. All right, any other questions? Feel free to pop them in. The next question I get is, what does the diet entail? As I mentioned, it's not a diet. You're not going to sign up and you're going to get a piece of paper that says, eat this at these times, this many times a day, and this amount. First and foremost, my approach to nutrition is bio-individual, meaning I meet you where you are, and results-based, meaning what works for achieving body recomposition. Recomposition meaning losing body fat while building or maintaining, preserving muscle without sacrificing health, like so many fitness competitors do. The reason I went keto when I started competing, because that's when I went keto. I had been low carb paleo for many years, and I went keto specifically for my first competition prep because I was petrified of dropping my fats really low and wrecking my hormones. So understanding the importance of dietary fat was what made me decide to make the transition to keto. So this is about the healthiest possible way that you can drop body fat and put on muscle. And yes, you can put on muscle without carbs. Okay, so when you enroll, as I mentioned, you'll be filling out an intake form. You'll provide all your details about your current diet, and you'll have an opportunity to share your preferences. So we can set your macros according to your preferences. The other big piece is that we teach you flexible dieting within a low carb approach. So you'll have your macros, and we start with macros. And that means whatever you enjoy, the foods you enjoy, you don't necessarily have to give up. It's all about fitting them into that template, learning how to use macros to your advantage to have freedom of choice, and to build a diet that for you is sustainable, that you would enjoy doing, that you do enjoy eating, and that you can continue after the program is over. So we'll teach you how to do that. Ultimately, it's what Coach Bronson always says, concepts or principles over protocols. One of the best things about this program, my ladies will tell you, I strip away all the BS, myths, and misconceptions floating around out there in keto carnivore land, and I teach you what really works. That's why I say results-based and not science-based, evidence-based. I'm not waiting for a study to come out to tell me what works when I've worked with hundreds of women and we've gotten these results again and again and again. I know what works. So I'm just going to straight up cut through the BS and just give you that. Okay. And finally, it's not a quick fix and it's not a bait and switch. So it's not here, sign up, and now you have to buy these nutritional shakes. It's not like Shakeology or any of these other things, or I forget the other ones. While there are recommended supplements that can be helpful for you, and we will do lessons on supplementation, and like I said, I will have discounts available for some of my recommended supplements, there's no requirement to purchase anything at all to participate in this program. And that's another question I get a lot of the time, so I'll address that one. Next, there we go. That's the next one. What do I need to buy for the program? So after you've purchased enrollment in the program, there's not much else you need to buy. When you sign up, we will share a list of recommended grocery staples, some basic kitchen gadgets, and training equipment that might be beneficial for you. But most of these will be optional and are not exceptionally expensive, okay? We don't rely on ketones or anything else like that. I can't give you an accurate estimate. I've had this question about, well, what will my grocery costs be? I have no idea what your current grocery costs are. I don't know what you will need to stock up on and what you have already in your kitchen. But I can say that aside from a few new staples, especially if you're brand new to a low carb lifestyle, your weekly grocery costs should not increase greatly over what you have been spending, even if you're coming from standard American diet. If you're already coming from a low carb, keto, or carnivore diet, it's unlikely that your grocery costs will change at all. If anything, I got ladies in this program who are bosses at budget shopping, and you may actually save more because they're going to give you all the tips and tricks on how they do it and where they find their foods and whatnot. So the only things you're really absolutely going to need to be successful in the program is an electronic food scale if you do not already have one. These are small, compact, cheap. You can get them at your Target, Walmart, Amazon. And when you sign up, we will send you a welcome guide that will include a link to my Amazon storefront where you can find all my recommendations. You can click on that link. You're not paying any extra to do that, but I will get commissions from Amazon if you do that. So thank you in advance if you use that link. By the way, that link is already in my link tree on my Instagram. So you can go there now and see what my recommendations are for books, apparel, all kinds of things. So electronic food scale is very, very key because you're going to learn how to weigh and measure your food properly so that you can track properly. Because I will tell you, most of the time when people are not getting results, it's because they either don't know how to track or they're not tracking. And even if they think they know how to track, they're probably not doing it right. So food scale, a measuring tape to measure your body measurements. You can get one of the automatic ones, which is in that link as well, or you can just get a cheap paper tape measure. That's fine too. Home scale for measuring your body weight and preferably your body composition, a smart home scale. Nowadays, they sell them once again, Target, Walmart, all over, Amazon, of course. And if you have absolutely no equipment and no access to a gym, you can join with the intro beginner program and you will have body weight options to start with. But I also recommend having at least one set of resistance bands, or you can graduate to dumbbells or kettlebells, or of course, if you have a gym access of some sort. But if you start the program with nothing but resistance bands, you will still be successful. Okay, cool. Let's see. The other questions, I think I already answered this one about if you're already in the academy, is this part of your monthly membership? Yes, it is. And then, oh, this is a big one I get a lot of the time. What if I'm going on vacation during the program? It's a 12-week program. What if I'm on vacation for 1 or 2 weeks? Okay, the biggest lesson you will learn inside the academy is how to handle life getting in the way. My ladies have gotten sick for multiple weeks while they're in the program. They've gone on vacations. They've gone out of the country. We've had all kinds of things happen. So do not, and this is just kind of a general advice for life, don't ever let, I have this coming up or I have that coming up, make you decide to put your health and fitness on the back burner. I just had this chat with a private client this week. No back burnering of yourself, okay? It's over. We got to stop that. I'll do this when. I have a graduation next month. I have Mother's Day. There's always going to be something, okay? So even if you go on vacation, we will be teaching you all about how you can stay successful on vacation. All right? So please, if you're on vacation at all during the 12 weeks, we got 12 weeks together. That's plenty of time, okay? You got a lot of time to rock it. Remember I said we're not talking about perfection on the first day. You come in raw on day 1, a open blank canvas ready to be molded and sculpted and taught. And by the end of the 12 weeks, you'll be rocking and rolling and the CEO of your body and your journey. Okay, I think that covers all of the previously asked questions. I suppose I should tell you some dates so you know what's going on. So early bird enrollment just opened on Monday, and it will be open through Sunday, the 25th. After that, the price goes up. So this is the best time to get in while the early bird is running. The early bird pricing is the same as Academy pricing. That is another benefit of Academy membership. When you're in Academy, you get that pricing for all the programs. The regular price of the program will go up on February 26th for that last week before we start the program. So be sure, if you want the best deal, to get in now. Also, you will see that there are 2 pricing options. You can do a month-to-month, excuse me, not a month-to-month. You can do a monthly payment plan, or you can do the pay in full. The pay in full will also take another $75 off of the price of the program. So the absolute best price, if you're one of those, because I'm one of those, I always love a discount, is going to be the pay in full with the early bird. So be sure to jump in before Monday the 26th. So Sunday the 25th, last day to get in at that price. Then the program will officially begin Sunday, March 3rd. Your training program will be released and scheduled on your calendar in the app on that Monday. However, if you are ready to dive in, by all means, you can dive right into your training plan. If you're a little skeptical, we will be talking about how to get started with just walking, with stretching, with all kinds of other things. So don't worry about having to be ready to hit the ground running on day 1. Okay, all these ladies will tell you, we learn to take the grace with the grind, okay? So, yep, then we start on March 3rd, and we are running through Memorial Day weekend, so March through May. So you will be ready for Memorial Day weekend, bathing suits, shorts, going to the pool, going to the lake, going on a boat, wherever you're going to be for Memorial Day weekend if you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. You'll be ready for June. Let's see. Oh, really, really important piece. Now that enrollment for the program is open, Academy membership, you cannot sign up for the Academy without the program right now. It's just the program. The 2 are the same. Probably mid-May, as we're getting ready to wrap up the program, is when we will reopen Academy membership for those who want to stick around or those who want to join the Academy. So if you've been on the fence kind of watching and thinking about diving into the Academy and you're like, well, maybe March, maybe April, maybe May, you will need to wait until the end of May. So we're now talking a June start to be able to join the Academy if you don't get in now. So Now is the time. Prep for summer. Join us and prep with us. And I will be doing it with you. I will be doing the exact program with you because I'm ready to prep myself. Okay, and I just thought of one more because we have some ladies in the academy who've been on a fat loss phase for a while and are ready to start reverse dieting and going into what we call metabolic restoration, working toward finding their maintenance and going into a building phase. So if that's you, if you've already been chronically dieting and you fill out that intake form and your calories are just way too low, we will be guiding you where you need to go. So let's say, I just did this masterclass the other day on this topic of being afraid to eat anything because if you eat over 800 calories, you gain weight. So you've been fasting and you've been eating less and less and less, and now you're barely surviving on air, and you're like, what if I sign up for this program? Then what? Am I just going to fast for 12 weeks? No. We're going to assess where you are, and some of our ladies in the program are going to be in a build during this time. They're not going to be on a cut. We're not going to cut their calories. So if you're afraid of something like that, just to let you know, as I said, we set your calories and your macros according to where you are and what we know you need. So we will be asking you to trust us, and then we will be educating you on why we're doing what we're doing so that you can trust us. Okay, so if you have a little bit of reservations of being afraid to be on a diet, you may be actually coming out of a diet. You may be surprised. A lot of the ladies, we set their calories higher than they thought, and they're afraid of that. And then they find they're not gaining weight on those calories because their bodies actually needed that much, and they just were not feeding themselves enough. So come in with an open mind. Be prepared to learn and grow and level up and own your journey. All right, ladies, any other questions while I'm on? And then I will wrap it up for the night. I think I've shared everything I needed to share about the program. Okay, I've rambled long enough. It's been almost an hour. I will send you on your way for the rest of your hump day. And if you're watching the replay, and if your questions were not answered in the live video, please drop a comment on Instagram or on YouTube, or if you're in the Facebook group, just post any questions you have, or you can DM me on Instagram or Facebook and ask me privately if that's more comfortable for you, and I will answer your questions that way. All right, ladies, have a wonderful night, and gentlemen, if any of you are out there in the interwebs. I will see you next time. Next Monday Masterclass is coming up. I haven't released the topic yet, but that will be the next opportunity to interact with me here. So I hope to see you then. In the meantime, go crush it. Have a great rest of your week. Good night.